Welcome to Speak Truth America. I am Dez.
And I'm Serene.
A show where we are pro-God,
pro-freedom, and pro-truth. We're just a couple of hippie patriots bringing you what the TV can't televise.
That's right. We got producer Brian back there making it all happen. Welcome to episode
11. All right, let's get into it. All right, so it's been a crazy start of the year, hasn't it?
Oh, man. Starting off with a bang and fireworks and... well, just fire, all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's been a fiery year.
It's
not to make light of it, but
no, it's not. I mean, there's nothing to be made light of here. It's not good.
It's devastating what has been happening in California, what happened in New Orleans, what happened in Vegas, all these things that have been happening.
And meanwhile,
it's really, really sad.
Right. Meanwhile, people are freezing to death and they're struggling to get by in North Carolina. Everyone who was hit by Hurricane Milton, everybody who's been devastated by these hurricanes are still hurting. I mean, the relief really hasn't gotten there yet. So just a reminder to keep those people in your prayers as well. So it's bad all around.
So we're not going to go into every detail because I'm sure we all have seen many, many things about the LA fires. We are going to focus on that today, but just maybe a little bit of a different take on all of it. So the fires are still not contained, which is like how in the world were they not prepared for this? And it almost seems like it's by design.
Oh, it's definitely by design. There's a lot of people talking about these smart cities that are coming up. There's just a lot of things that just fit into place that don't make sense, but they fit into place if you start to bring in what they're probably going to do down the line. This is where I would say, like, they're using the chaos, right? The order out of chaos. They create the problems, and then they offer you the solution. Here's the solution out of all this chaos. And we know that they have a plan. Who's the people at the devils in Davos, the people at the G20 summits, the Build-A-Bear group, right? The elitists. They have a plan, and they always have multiple reasons for doing everything. Now, are these fires related to that plan? You're going to have to make up your mind on that one. I'm going to say, yeah, these things have everything to do with that plan.
Right. And it's like they've already told us this plan before the fires broke out. Most of us just weren't paying attention to that. But of course, something like this happens and then all of these things surface. They've been having this plan, I believe, since 2020. For LA.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a couple clips of Newsom pretty much admitting to what we've been saying about it, and we'd like to show you that.
Admitting
dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days. Dealing with a
And isn't it interesting how he said he's talking with the governor of Hawaii?
What happened there? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Was there another fire that burned everyone's homes down?
Right.
In the most humid place ever?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't been to Hawaii before, you may not have ever experienced humidity so strong, especially like Maui. It's very strong. In fact, you could go look it up. We should have pulled that up, too. It's a super easy Google search. What's the humidity in Maui or Hawaii? It's always way up there, like 40% or something. It's like incredibly high. And there's no way that the worst forest fire in American history was in one of the most humid places. Anymore. At the time, the worst one, right? In one of the most humid places. California, they've had to deal with that plenty of times.
And still they were unprepared.
Humidity, and people say, oh, well, it's humid there. Not like Hawaii. It's off the charts type of humidity.
So it doesn't make sense. We see the patterns of what's happening specifically with these fires, and then the talks of smart cities and wanting to have this like technology-based city that runs everything. I think we have another clip of Newsom real quick. Let's pull that up.
the opportunity, I think, to rebuild at the same time. And that's why we're already organizing a Marshall Plan. We already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0, and we're making sure everyone's included, not just the folks on the coast, the opportunity.
A Marshall Plan.
Yeah. So in case you didn't know, in LA and in Maui, they already had plans for smart cities, for these futuristic type of cities where technology is just implemented in every little square inch of your daily life, supposedly to make things better, right? Every bad plan is paved with good intentions.
And he made it sound like they just came up with this plan because of the fires. They've had this plan for years now. And it's right on the lacounty.gov website, actually. So if we pull that up,
It's true.
Smart LA 2028. So they have this plan to make LA a smart city by 2028.
Tremendous coincidence.
Yeah. And if you scroll down a little bit, I think it says, oh, maybe it's not there. I saw it somewhere where it said that it was this plan was made in 2020. So. Oh, yeah, here's the whole thing. Oh, yeah, there we go. December 2020, this came out. So they've been planning this for 5 years now, right? Or 4 years, I guess. And they want to make LA a smart city by 2028. And then LA just happens to burn down 3 years before this plan is supposed to take place.
I don't know about you guys, but no more coincidences. I'm not believing in coincidences anymore. And then just like, look at that word, coincidence. It's just coincide. Things are just coinciding. It's not coincidence. These things are coinciding because that's what the truth is.
Right. So we're not going to like read this whole thing, but there is a little video where the guy explains it and he puts it in a really nice package to make it sound like this is what we want. This is going to be good for everyone. And he fails to leave out all of the problems that will occur by making a city like this.
All the obvious problems. Let's see what the lies sound like today.
In LA, we believe smart cities are much more than software you purchase or sensors that you install in the cityscape. A smart city is an integrated, intelligent, urban ecosystem comprised of multiple ingredients that must work together for the benefit of the public.
That must
This
work
would
together.
include, first, smart city infrastructure. This is the physical technology used to deliver smart city technologies, such as Department of Transportation's ATSAC traffic management system, which uses 4,500 connected traffic intersections to reduce travel time by more than 13%, or the Public Works street lighting's 165,000 LED street lamps that saves $3 million a year in electricity. Second are smart city data tools. This is the ability to share information across the smart city when you need it, where you need it, such as Sanitation's Clean Streets program that proactively improves street cleanliness across 6,500 miles of LA streets, or our Data Science Federation, which every semester matches university data scientists in training with LA Urban Challenges. Third is Smart City Digital Services, which are the apps and websites used to digitally deliver city services to the public, including the award-winning MyLA 311 mobile app, providing access to 1,500 city services through your smartphone, or the Shake Alert LA app that provides up to 45 seconds of advance warning of a coming earthquake.
Okay, so I love how he said that these technologies must work together. So what happens if they don't? What happens if there's a glitch in the system? Have you guys ever been on a website, on social media or something like that, and you're trying to do a function on there and there's some sort of glitch and it's just not working? And
Or
so
your bank.
your bank, yeah, your bank's down. Things aren't working. So if everything in the city must work together in order for the city to function, if there's any sort of glitch in that system, if anything goes wrong, that whole city is down. What are you going to do then? You won't be able to buy anything. You won't be able to go anywhere. You won't be able to communicate with anyone. Like, that does not sound like a good idea.
Yeah, one of the biggest elephants in the room in terms of tech is this. They can't keep your stuff safe. Nobody can stop hackers.
Right.
There's been no fail-safe to stop hackers from doing what they're doing. There's a government website that's immune. There isn't a institution, any kind of thing that can be piece of technology can be hacked, and they know this. Your bank account, governments, every single thing. Even Cybersecurity has been hacked before. Everything has been hacked before.
Yeah, my grandma just went through all of that. Somebody hacked her bank accounts and her email and all of that, and we're stealing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from her.
Yeah.
And it took so many hoops to jump through in order for her to get any of her money back. And that's just with the technology we have now. So imagine if it was all dependent on that.
Right. There's Americans getting hacked left and right because our government can't stop it. So why are we putting all of our eggs into that basket? It makes no sense at this point.
Yeah. And then what happens when, you know, like what happened in Canada, and you speak out against the government, you speak out against the policies, what they're doing, and they are able to press a button and shut down your bank account. And what do you know? We are a cashless society now. I mean, you already see this happening in some restaurants and stores and stuff. You're not allowed to use cash. You have to use a card. So what happens if you can't use your card? What happens if you lost your card? What happens if, you know, someone stole your card?
And you have a child or children, and it's like, oh, I lost my card, or they stole my card.
But I have $20.
How am I going to feed my kids if I don't have my card?
you're not
Or
allowed
my
to use
card
it.
broke, or something happened. My, daughter put the card into
My phone's dead. I can't pay on my phone.
Right.
I don't have my card, but I have $20 to buy this meal. No, sorry,
This
we don't
happened to
take
me
that.
the other day. I went to get something to eat for you and me and Saf, and I didn't have my wallet with me. But you know what? I always keep a stash of cash, not a whole lot, like $40 in my car. Or,
For emergencies, yeah.
And I usually keep a stash of cash anywhere that it makes sense. So just in case if that situation happens, take that money out and I pay for my food, and then I come back home and I would put that money back in there.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with a smart city.
What happens
smart
if the
site. It's
power
not so
goes
smart.
out?
Yeah. I mean, that
We've
happens.
all experienced the power going out. I don't think there's one person who's never experienced the power
Right.
going out.
And this is really rich coming from a city or a state that has not found a sound way to deliver energy flawlessly to their people. All right, we're going to
top of
start a
everything
smart
else.
city. That sounds like it's going to use twice, 3, 4 times as much energy. And you guys are having trouble with that alone already.
Right.
And not to mention, would anybody catch that? It said they're going to save 13% on traffic. So it's like 6 minutes and half an hour. Well, 13%?
3 million in a year, like in LA.
Pretty low, actually.
3 million in a whole year.
You're gonna do all that just to gain like pretty minimal results. If you ask me, I would be looking for that to be cut down in half. And if you got everything,
it's just to gain more control, is what it is.
Right.
And to make us more dependent on the government,
Right.
because if something does go wrong and we're not able to figure out amongst ourselves because everything is run digitally and they control all of that, then we're going to have to look at them for solutions, and we're going to have to accept whatever they're willing to give us.
It's problem, reaction, solution, right? So they create the problem, and then everybody reacts. Oh, this is a problem. And then they go, oh, well, we have this solution here that just happens to do that. Oh, and it's not working? Well, we just need more power. You just got to give us more power. Oh, it's still not working? Well, here's more power. We just need more power, more money. That's how they do it. It's problem, reaction, solution.
Well, you know what another problem is? The mayor of LA.
Oh, that's
she's a big problem. And all the Marxism she's trying to bring into that city.
Right. Part of the playbook is chaos, right? And, we've heard it, order out of chaos, right? They create the chaos, right? That's the problem. And then they have a solution, right? The reaction and solution part of it. The chaos agents are being activated now. The whole point is to take down the system so that they can try to implement something new. It's harder to just get in there and suggest a new plan, a new system, a new city, if the one that you're working is already working pretty well. So they have to destroy it. They have to ruin it. They have to create the problem in order to present the solution. So, let's see what happens when you have a city or a country ran by people who don't have the same values as you and would actually prefer to see America and capitalism and the system that we do have fail. Let's see who's really running this show over down there. Why does it always come back to Marxism and communism? Wow, he's extremely good looking.
Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracies, and spread communism around the world. A Los Angeles police investigator who infiltrated the group testified to Congress saying that to be a member of the brigade, you have to be confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist, as a brigadista, and then moving up the ranks to organizer for the Venceremos Brigade. Karen Bass visited Cuba every 6 months. Karen Bass admits, on her many pilgrimages to Cuba, she went to see Fidel Castro speak several times, even calling him charismatic, and upon his death, praised him, saying, "The passing of Commandant en Jefe is a great loss to the people of Cuba." M19 bombed the north wing of the U.S. Capitol. November 7, 2023 marks 40 years since the M19 bombing of the U.S. Capitol. Members of the M19, like Susan Rosenberg, traveled to Cuba with and were radicalized by the Venceremos Brigade. The South Los Angeles Venceremos Brigade was led by Karen Bass, who is now mayor of Los Angeles.
Wow.
Ooh, allegedly, right? If that's the truth, then we got a problem on our hands. That reminds me of Mr. Timmy Walls, Mr. Jazz Hands himself, going to China over and over. And you got a lot of these people like Rage Against the Machine talking very highly of communism and Marxism. Why does it always go back to communism and Marxism? Because that is the exact recipe for removing God out of the equation and making, therefore, the state the head of humanity. That you listen to the state, you don't listen to God, because our Constitution is derived from God. Period. So we can't even give those rights away or sell them, even if we wanted to, because it's not ours to do so. And Marxism, communism puts the state at the head, and it's central, like we're talking about, centralizes power into a controlled amount, into the few people's hands, to the very few. It doesn't have it dispersed amongst the people. It has it centralized into a status quo elite. Right. That's where they always goes back to Marxism and communism, because it centralizes power into the hands of the few. Right.
So how are they going to implement any of that without burning the whole place to the ground first, right?
That's right. That's why this comes into play of, I've always said this since I've heard this, build back better. That's what they meant by build back better, is that they are going to destroy it, burn it to the ground, and then build back better.
For them.
And if you're familiar with, for them. If you're familiar with the term slash and burn economics, right? That's exactly what slash and burn economics is. It's a short-term economic strategy where or it refers to the same thing you would do in slash and burn agriculture, right? To short-term economic strategy where the land is cleared through the destructive slash and burn agricultural method, providing immediate benefits like readily available land for crops and yada, yada, yada. Basically, you destroy the plant and vegetation there and you burn it to enrich the soil, right? And then you plant anew. And so that falls directly in line with what we see with East Palestine, Maui, the hurricanes here in LA, or there in LA, we're not in LA, because it destroys what is there, right? And then once you've destroyed what is in there, then you can build back better. Then you can build anew. So that's really what we're seeing here, is these chaos agents being activated, whether it's going to be fires or plagues or, bad actors committing crimes, whether it's Tren de Aragua taking over apartment buildings or, constant criminals on the street, raping or, I don't know if I can say a word, abducting people. That is going to cause chaos. And from that chaos, then you could say, oh, well, if we had these smart cities, if we had this or that, we wouldn't have any of that. We wouldn't have any, we wouldn't have an open border. We wouldn't have it.
And just want to be clear, because they always make it sound like it will be a good thing. And I know a lot of people are like, what's wrong with that? Build back better, right? It's smart cities. That sounds nice. Like it's supposed to work for everyone and benefit everyone. And they always package it to make it sound like it's something beneficial so that the people go along with it. And now the people want it because they've been sold the idea by the salesperson who really it's only benefiting them.
Right.
So don't be confused when it's like build back better and it's actually not better, but it is better for them. So there's semantics in everything. So you always have to listen to the words and discern what people are talking about, because it's so easy to get tricked by language.
That's exactly right. It's Orwellian doublespeak entirely. When they say build back better, or they say our democracy, they're not talking about all of the citizens'
together.
democracy. They meant their democracy,
Yeah.
the elite's democracy.
The elite democracy,
Right?
yeah.
Talking about, build back better for us, not for you. It's,
Right.
multiple meanings of messages.
Yeah. So the icing on the cake to all of this, right, is that all the devastation, all the homes lost, people's entire lives uprooted, right? And what does Biden do? And tries to make it seem like it's so generous and such a good thing for them. A one-time payment of $770. This sounds an awful lot like Maui, North Carolina. Why do people always get... Okay, actually, they got $20 more than the other two did.
Inflation.
Hawaii and North Carolina got $750, and LA's getting $770. And these are one-time payments, okay? This is not like a monthly thing until you can get your life together. Like, $770 one time, and then that's it. Even though your home was a multi-million-dollar home, like,
right. This is crazy. We keep in mind we've been paying for 57,000 first responders in Ukraine.
Yeah, why are we? Oh, the same time this is all happening, Biden sends what, 500 million more to Ukraine? You don't think that it would be like, hey, Ukraine, we have an emergency. We can't afford to send you money this time. Maybe go ask Europe. Right now, we need to take care of our people.
Or what? How? I mean, with the fires have been going on for a week. It's been months with the flooding. How about some people come here? How about some of them Ukrainians
come help us?
Come here. What? Where?
Yeah.
I mean, I know people be like, well, there are people from around the world that are coming and yada yada. It's just not enough, because if there was, you would see it everywhere, and frankly, we wouldn't have a problem. There wouldn't be a problem if that response was really there.
Right. Yeah, so just check out this clip of Biden giving his generous $770 one-time payments.
Thanks, buddy.
And I want to be clear, we're not waiting until those fires are over to start helping the victims.
Oh, thanks.
We're getting them help right now, as you all know. People impacted by these fires are going to receive one-time payment of $770. One-time payment, so they can quickly
Make sure you
purchase
know.
things like water, baby formula, and prescriptions. So far, nearly 6,000 survivors have registered to do just that, and $5.1 million has gone out. And I want to be...
Isn't that amazing how he says one-time payment of $770? One-time payment. He needs to make sure you know it's a one-time payment.
One time. It's just insane.
Insane.
I mean, especially, not that, it matters like that, but people lost like millions, or, their house was like a $2 million house. Here's your $750 check. I mean, I know it's not like a matter of like, okay, well, I lost more, so I should get more. But it's just...
No, everybody should get more, because that's just ridiculous. Your whole life is destroyed and you get $770.
Everybody should get more. Exactly.
$70, $750,
It should be like whatever we need to get people back on
right,
their
this is
feet.
America. We're going to help you out because you're an American.
And you've been paying those taxes. This is your money.
Yeah, but no, instead we're going to give to Ukraine. We're going to give to the illegals so that they can live rent-free and they can get money on their whatever those cards are. What are they called? EBT cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where our money's going. So we can't help our own. I can't wait till America First policies in just a week here, less than a week.
It can't come fast enough.
I know, right?
Counting the days down in the calendar.
All right. So we just want to end with a funny clip to end on a light note, because this is so accurate and so funny. I love when clips just hit it like that.
This is the difference of America wants to know which direction to go. You got one approach, and then you got another
Kevin
approach.
finding the lobby versus Kevin not finding the lobby.
Take a look.
Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Down the hall and to the left.
Thanks. Excuse me, where's the lobby? Excuse me, where's the lobby?
Accurate.
So accurate.
That's actually it.
All right, well,
All right,
that's going to do it
guys.
for today. If you guys like today's episode, please remember to like and subscribe and share and all the things. Remember that we are all here for a reason, and it's up to us to create a better, more truthful world together. So always seek the truth and always speak the truth, even if your voice shakes.
That's right, guys. Stay powered up in the armor of God, because it's only through him we can do all things, guys.
Amen. All right. God bless. Much love.
Yeah.
Peace out till next time.